Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fat Guys on a Little Podcast. I am your co-host, Dave Markey, and always joined by
Charles there.
Now, we have one returning cantankerous old man, but someone else is a little special in the house today that, believe it or not, is married to this cantankerous old man, the human bulldog's wife. Kim Markey is in the house. Hello, Kim. Oh, man. Look at that. Believe it or not, that old man is married. And
yeah,
there is proof.
I know.
Lucky for her.
Sad.
Yeah, lucky for her.
Sad.
So all three of us cantankerous, chubby old Markeys are married, and we have video proof now because all the wives have been on the show. So, Kim, let's start off with something. How many years ago was it you guys got married?
Going on 19 years.
Is it really?
It's been that long.
It's been too many years, basically.
Yeah, you got married at a VFW hall, right?
Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah.
In Allen Park.
Yeah, now my burning question I've been wanting to ask.
Oh, Lord.
Whatever happened to that kid that blew his chiclet out his mouth? Yeah.
Well, he's 30 now.
Yeah, technically he's 30. Yeah. What does he do for teeth now? So what
does he do for teeth?
At my dad's wedding, they were passing out little white chiclets for the kids and the candies, and they were all over the floor. And at the end of the night, we're cleaning up. And this, what was he, about 8 at the time?
Yeah,
one of Kim's relatives just bit it face first right into the ground, and his real chiclets just flew out.
Into the chiclets.
Into the chiclets.
Like the Indiana Jones movie where they're looking for the diamond. And
good luck finding the chiclet in the big chiclets. So what is the update on the kid with no chiclets?
Give us a chiclet update.
He actually, his teeth are fine now.
Is it fake? Was that an adult tooth?
Yeah.
Because as someone who's picked their kid's tooth off the ground, as I had to with Lorna, it's a little creepy.
Yeah. They left the reception that day and went right to the emergency room, and they were able to take care of it.
So they put the same tooth back in?
No, they didn't put the same
They
tooth
put a
back.
fake tooth.
They put a fake one in.
So Lorna's, I found the tooth, and they put it back in, and that is the most disturbing thing ever. I told you guys the story where they just shoved the tooth back in the hole.
No, they couldn't do that because it was somewhere on the dance floor.
It's on the chiclets.
With all the mints all over the floor.
And now he's an older pothead and a crackhead.
Well, there's that.
It was a worthwhile investment into his teeth.
She's rotting them out with meth as we speak.
Now the other fan favorite at your wedding was Monica. Whatever happened to her?
Oh my gosh, Monica!
Monica liked to do limbo with no underwear on.
Yes,
so all the husbands at the wedding were watching.
Now
what happened to Monica?
That was entertainment.
She actually, I don't know whatever happened to her.
She was a relative or a friend?
No, she was a friend. Her kids were in Cub Scouts with my kids.
Is that what it was?
And that's how we had met, and she was going through a divorce right after, or right before we got married.
And R.I.P. Joe Bartlett, he really tried to get with it at that wedding.
Yes, he did.
Here comes Magoo looking for more pepperonis.
I know, the old man
Go
had
see
the
Grandpa.
pepperoni.
Go see Grandpa.
So then we move on. You've been married a long time, and then you decide to go back to school. And me and you and I should say, ended up in the same
the school worked out well.
He's educated.
I'm an educated guy.
Me and
both
you.
of us are educated.
Baker College, because we got, what was it, a credit for associate's degree and transfers and stuff like that.
Yep.
What was your degree in?
Human Resource Management.
And we did end up with a class together. One class.
Oh, my God.
The most awkward class you could have with your stepmom.
Yes, it was very
What was
awkward.
it? Human sexuality or something like that?
Yes.
And you had to talk about personal experience.
Yeah, well, as Kim can be my witness, I didn't say much of that class.
No, he didn't, because every time he tried opening his mouth, I would cover my ears.
But you, unfortunately, had your favorite subject, which was your daughter. I had learned more about Courtney's sex life than I ever wanted to learn.
So she posed it as Courtney's sex life.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Remember the time that the two individuals that had a married couple, they had AIDS, they came in and spoke.
Yeah. I remember.
You
then
had
they
an
passed-
AIDS couple come in and
Yes.
talk? Wow.
Black
And then
couple, yes.
they passed out condoms, and he was jealous because mine was bigger than his.
Oh, hello. You had to have an AIDS couple come in and talk?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were very entertaining.
Yes,
and
they sang and kind of.
It was
They
almost
sang about.
Yeah.
They had an AIDS song.
no, but no, it was almost like a religious thing.
It was.
Kinda
It was
felt
awkward.
like you were in church for about.
Could
an
you
hour and a
tell
half.
by looking at them they had AIDS?
No, they just look like an old middle-aged black
Yes.
couple. Is all they
Wow.
look like.
And they had it for
Full blown AIDS or HIV?
No,
Like what are we talking about?
full-blown
Magic
AIDS,
at
full-blown
Jansen?
AIDS,
Huh?
and I want to say it was like over 30 years.
Yeah,
They
I've
were
been
one
living
of
with
the
it for a
longest-
while.
They had it
living-
well before it was fashionable,
Yes.
huh?
Yeah. Like,
How did they
were
contract
breaking
it?
the
Through it?
trend.
Was it an STD? Is how they got it?
I forgot it.
Yeah.
I think she was a blood.
Figured I'd ask. I don't
Would
know.
it be necessary to ask? How they
No.
got it?
They told us,
You
but
can
I
get it
cannot
before they
remember.
were
If I remember
screening.
correctly, he was kind of a he slept around, and then
He was a man whore.
yeah, man whore.
I am shocked.
and then gave it to his wife. Is I
Oh,
think how it
man.
happened.
How do you
But the
explain
two stayed
that?
together. They found God. They found all this
Oh,
Love
jeez.
love and blah blah blah. Yeah. Ironically, you find love after you sleep with so many women
Yeah.
all across the country. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Wow.
if I remember correctly. But
Yeah,
I remember.
And
I
you're
can't
sitting there awkwardly with your stepmom while someone talks to you about
Well, I sat in the back of the room, my head down most of the time. Is this class over yet? But it was a fun class. The lady
It was
teaching nice.
interesting.
Easy, got an A. Pretty. Didn't even have to
Yeah.
try.
What was your final project?
I don't know. Was it a group thing?
You know, it's a good
always
thing.
a
No,
thing.
we didn't have a.
no
pro-
group
no
projects.
project.
It's a good thing you didn't do that class with me.
I'd have to come home and vomit every night. This is before my botched vasectomies. I could have brought
Do you
them stories
remember
up.
the assignment that we had? You had to go to a store
Oh yes.
and purchase, not necessarily purchase,
At least
but
take pictures of it with your
take
camera.
pictures.
Steal?
No, condoms.
We had to go to the condom section in a local store and
And-
see the
Did you
size.
do like a price check on
Yeah, we had to do
something?
like a
Price
report on it.
check, different brands, different styles.
Oh, man.
Here I am in
an
my
idea
mid-30s
of-
trying to buy condoms. Seriously.
Get an idea of what people are looking at us, how they're reacting to us individually picking them up.
Oh, you had to like see if you could. I felt eyes on the back of my head
Yeah,
while I
you
looked
had
at
to
these
report it
Magnum
out,
condoms.
yeah.
I made your dad go with me, and
He even doesn't remember any of it.
Yeah, they were made out of lamb's bladders when he was.
Water balloons.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was big.
Well,
in
that's what I
college.
did at work. Is I took a condom, filled it up with water, and froze it, and made a penis sickle out of it.
he was working hard, ladies and gentlemen.
No wonder Farmer Jackson went out of business. So shortly after you graduated Baker, you did the walk though, didn't you?
yes, I did.
You did the graduation walk. I didn't bother.
You didn't do it?
No, I didn't.
I didn't get my invite to Kim's. I didn't know that was the whole thing. Where did they do it at? Where's the graduation walk at? Like the auditorium there?
No, it was out at oh shit.
That was the ice arena where the Whalers used
Yeah.
to play.
Oh, out in Plymouth.
CompuWare, yeah.
CompuWare, yes.
Where, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it was out at
See
CompuWare.
what I missed out for not walking, Charles?
Yeah, you could have gone to the CompuWare building and walked on.
Woo!
And so, did you get your bachelor's in human resource
Yes.
development?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I have an associate's in business administration and a bachelor's in
Human
resource
resources.
management.
Yeah.
And then shortly after there, you got a promotion at the city of Dearborn, correct? Is that what that was basically? what
Yes,
helped
I
you do?
worked part-time in the mayor's office.
The mayor who lives around the block from me, not very far. Well,
Maybe we should go over for a beer.
Yeah, he's right over there. So
And then I put in for a full-time job, and I got it in the clerk's office.
you had to transition from being his executive assistant to something else, right?
No, I was just one of the regular.
You were a clerk,
secretaries.
if you will, and then
Yeah.
they moved you to something else.
Yeah.
My property taxes at work.
But now I process all the birth and death records for the city.
Yeah,
of
you're
Dearborn.
making me crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So if you have a funny name and you die in Dearborn, Kim's gonna take a picture of it and make fun of you.
That's right.
So are you liking your job at the city,
I actually do. I like it a lot.
Charles? You liking your taxes at the city?
No, not at all. I don't like it a lot.
Yeah, they can be a little rough. The city of Dearborn. Now you get to see a lot of people coming in and out of there, don't you? Like you've seen Terry Garrett and
Yes.
Scott Bergeron. Terry Garrett being Rhino from the WWE.
Yep, I see them quite often.
Any other local celebrities you get to see at Dearborn all the time?
A couple of mayors here and there from
Oh.
other cities.
Oh, well, look at there.
Governor Snyder came in one day.
Did you punch him in the face?
Charles wants to know if you punched Governor Snyder in the face.
No, I did not.
Oh, man. He's really trying to screw everybody over on his way out.
Yeah,
You see
every
that?
union member and everything else.
He's been kind of nice for the time he's been there, but now right at the end, he's
Yeah,
trying
he's
to
been
screw-
super nice. That's what
I
I
don't
would
know.
describe
I'm just
him
saying.
as. Super nice.
We're not getting too political. So there you go. City of Dearborn. Charles loves it.
Yes, he does.
He loves all his taxes.
Yeah,
And
just
he's happy to support Kim in her
so
career.
we did a bunch of improvements. I'm still working on the front, as my dad will point out and call me lazy.
It will be done in 2022.
2026. I had a guy come by and take a picture of our house from the city because we did such drastic changes. So you know what that means, people.
It was the mailbox.
No, you know what it is. They're gonna jack my property taxes up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because you improved your house, you got to pay more.
Yeah,
property
well,
tax.
that's why. See, one of the
That's
big
just good for
things.
trying.
This is why people don't pull permits. So a lot of times, the reason why the city wants you to pull permits is so they also know, hey, look, you're making your shit nicer, so we can get more property taxes. It's a great thing to make sure that people aren't just tagging on random rooms and doing janky work. So that's a good part. But what they also don't tell you is the double-edged sword to that is they also want to get more property taxes out of you, and that boom is dropping in 2019 for the May Street Studios.
Oh, lucky you. So on the side, besides Charles paying tons of property tax, and Magoo can't decide if he wants in or out of the house. Magoo's worse than a 12-year-old little girl. I'm telling you right now. What you like to do on the side is you like to sell candy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now-
I make candy and fudge.
Fudge is your primary thing. What was the last craft show you hit up?
Actually, it was the Taylor Recreation Center, Taylor, Michigan.
Where at? Which one?
Well, no, actually, I'm sorry about that. It was the Ford Senior Center in Taylor.
Ford Senior Center.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was put on by the Taylor Recreation. It's off E-Course between Telegraph and Beach.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
By the golf course.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how'd that go?
It was,
Horrible.
that one wasn't one of my best.
Okay.
It was much slower. I usually do pretty good at Divine Child in Dearborn or Lindbergh.
The Allen Park one used to be the big one for you.
Yeah.
The street fair thing with Allen Park
Yeah.
used to be the big to
Now,
do.
why did you guys stop doing the Allen Park one?
Because Allen Park is getting a little too big for their britches.
Translation: they're charging too much loot.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Like,
The expectations, I mean, it doubled literally doubled in price in 3 years.
And I hated it.
We know Dad hates all of it.
yeah, I was gonna say.
But on average, what do you think? Like, what's a good price for a table for a weekend that you consider?
What
good?
should these places be charging?
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to say.
For an indoor show, probably $65.
for the whole weekend or each day?
No, for a day. Indoor shows are typically only one day.
So you're in almost $200 a weekend for these places? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday, Sunday?
No, I just do. They're one-day shows.
Oh, just one day.
One-day shows.
So you kick in $65.
Mm-hmm.
What is a great take for Kim in the Fudge Factory? What is the big? what is a killer weekend? What is a weekend?
What's
that
one of
you
your better
br-
weekends you
Yeah,
go?
what would you brag about? A couple hundred?
Pardon me? What is that?
What would be like a huge weekend for Kim? What would be like a monster haul for Kim in the Fudge Factory?
This year I did between $800 and $900
In one day?
in one day.
Dang, that's pretty good haul. Yeah, that's busy. Did you put him to work?
No,
Not at all.
So that's a pretty good deal. Now, what is your number one seller? Is it what flavor of fudge do most people buy?
typically basic chocolate, grasshopper, which is mint with crushed Oreo cookies.
Hate mint.
Yeah.
Hate mint.
Chocolate raspberry is good.
Chocolate. Has it got chunks of raspberries or got raspberry swirl?
Flavoring.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about peanut butter? Is that a big one?
I was
Peanut
gonna
butter,
say, like,
yeah, peanut
a
butter and
caramel
chocolate
or
peanut
something,
butter
like
is
toffee
good.
or something.
I've typically got anywhere between 20 and 25 different flavors of fudge.
Wow.
Kim's Fudge Factory.
So you're gonna go to a craft show, Novi or wherever else. How many days did it take you to make all the candy and stuff and prepare before the thing shows up?
That's super. happy with that.
That's difficult because I do it,
How many pounds of fudge are you taking? I guess is the
Yeah.
question.
How many boxes? 4
I-
pounds?
generally take 6 For one indoor show, I'll take 6 bricks of each kind.
And how much is a brick? Like, what's a brick weigh?
It's a minimum half pound.
Okay.
And the reason I say minimum is because if it's just straight chocolate,
yeah.
then it's a half pound. But when nuts are added or marshmallows,
And adjust
or,
the weight accordingly.
it increases. So it's a minimum half pound, and they're $6.
Jesus. the fudge biz.
Now, do you sample other people's fudge to compare to yours? Like,
Of course I do.
You look across there like,
competitors
let
doing?
me get a piece of this fudge.
When
Play it cool.
So
don't
when
tell
you
them have
go
another
to
booth?
like one of these places, is there multiple fudge factories showing up for this, or just you?
sometimes there's 1 or 2 other people.
Oh man!
But
Do you
usually
guys have like a knife fight in the alley
no,
and stuff like
no,
that?
it's pretty
Like,
good.
yeah.
But I always have samples, and they're out, and that's what pretty much sells it.
Oh, once you taste the Kim deliciousness.
That's right.
Now, in the summer, I know it gets pretty hot. How do you keep it all cool from melting?
I haven't been doing summer shows anymore.
Oh,
That's the way around it.
yeah.
Nothing melts.
Having
Going-
issues with it melting, don't do it.
That's the way around
But
it.
when I did do them, we would get dry ice, and that
Yeah.
kept it perfect.
I remember him running to the store and having to get you get dry ice from like Meyer and crap like. He's super into it.
So, Dad,
I
you
bought
love,
dry ice everywhere.
Yes, he did.
who has the cheapest dry ice? I don't even know where you buy dry ice. At.
Meyer
Coolies.
has it.
Coolies in Romulus.
Yeah, by the airport.
It's
Really?
an ice cream distributor.
It's, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He
they-
sells the ice cream to the trucks.
Yeah,
Wow.
but he also sells it, and it's just a flat $10 a slab.
Oh, okay.
So
Where do you buy most of like your chocolates and stuff that you're going to use to make your candies?
Lorna's Cake and Candy Supply in Allen Park.
Wow, look at there, Charles. Copyright infringement.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, I thought you went down to Toledo, no?
Not for that.
Not
oh,
for
I
that.
thought there was candy in Toledo.
I go down to
No.
Toledo for Chick-fil-A.
Oh, okay. Well, Chick-fil-A.
Jesus chicken.
Hey, we didn't get any Chick-fil-A gift cards for Christmas this year.
Oh,
No, we didn't.
man.
Don't get any from me.
We know how bizarre you are. The whole country loves Chick-fil-A except for Charlie.
Well, a little later, we'll be tasting some of this fudge and some sweet pea milk here coming up.
Yeah.
But before we get there, we got a couple more questions for Kim. And now, the one thing lately is Kim brought home a new addition to her family at home. And
Well, it's actually a good story. I
yeah,
mean,
tell us how you ended up with Molly and how much Dad loves her.
so first of all, Molly's your dog, and how old is she at this point?
She is just over a year old.
And she is a
German Shepherd.
Yeah,
She
big
is
dog.
mixed. We don't know if she's mixed with
Husky.
Husky.
yeah. There's something in there.
One of the trainers that we had taken her to said they
Got
thought
something
maybe
going on.
Husky because of the
Because of
way
her
the
tail.
tail is.
Oh,
Tail curls up instead
as
of
opposed to
coming
sloping
down
off the
like a
back.
J.
Yeah.
I know one of the police officers through Dearborn who
My property taxes at work.
is affiliated with the animal control, and she, her and I talked a few times, and I told her, that we were looking for a
He
German.
wanted a German Shepherd.
He did.
He wanted a German
I made
Shepherd.
a passing remark. It might be nice to have a German
He
Shepherd.
wanted a German Shepherd,
saying.
and so she found us one, and I told her I wanted a puppy. Well,
Poopsie.
me not thinking clearly was thinking a puppy as in a 6 or 8 or 10-week old puppy. Well, this was a 4-month-old puppy.
Yeah.
So she was already good size when we got her. She was a rescue dog. From what we understand, the previous owners kept her out on a chain.
Didn't want nothing to do with her, right?
Yeah, kept her out on a chain
Yeah,
all
and I
the
know
time. So it's a learning experience because we're not used to having such
She's
a large.
extremely high energy. And
Yes,
big.
she is. Yes, she is. She's about 70 pounds now and very high energy.
Yeah.
And we're not used to a big dog
Yeah.
still being a puppy. So it's a learning experience for all of us. And my husband some days wants to kill her.
Some days. I like how it's some days, not every day.
Nope.
Because the dog's huge, so when it's
She
on
is.
its back legs and standing up, I mean, it's got to be 5.5, 6
Oh,
feet
yeah.
tall when it's on its back legs.
Oh, yeah. Courtney was over today, and I put Molly outside in the backyard, and she kept jumping up at the back kitchen window.
Yeah.
And it was just
A
her
full
head.
dog head.
Yeah, just a head popping up in front of the window.
And you guys have taken her to, now at this point, you guys went to 2 trainers with her?
2 different trainers.
Yeah, one specializing in police canine unit.
Correct,
which
and she
makes
failed.
sense. Oh, Magoo wants up.
Come on, Goo.
Speaking of,
Speaking of
dropouts
failing.
of obedience school. Yeah.
The first place we took her was, is that Petco in Allen Park? PetSmart.
Yeah, PetSmart, yeah.
You know, over there on the hill. And it was okay. But the second place was, you know.
And that place is over in Taylor, right? The second joint you guys went
Yeah,
to? Yeah,
it's an old elementary school that they converted into a...
like an obedience school and stuff. It sounded really cool.
Well, she will sit when you tell her to sit, which is leap bounds ahead of my dogs.
Yeah, she will listen. She just gets so hyper.
Yeah.
And
Maybe she'll mellow out.
ADHD.
that's what I'm hoping.
In
That,
about 3 or 4 years, it'll be mellowed out.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll be good to go.
Have a decade from now, you guys will have a nice, chill German Shepherd.
Yeah, it might take a while, but still might want to eat Charles's kid when it comes over.
That thing
but-
does not like me. Molly hates me. And my kid and my wife. Not a fan.
So one last question. Now, my daughter warned me
Uh-oh.
before I came, don't mention any names, but you are expecting to be a grandmother 2 more times in this coming year, correct?
Correct.
And
yes.
how excited are you for that?
I am very excited.
Because you guys leave this week. You have a son in the military, and you 2 are going down to Georgia, rather.
Yes.
At the end of this week.
Yeah, we leave on
For the
Friday.
holiday.
And now I got a question for you. If you could find a job that paid what you're making now and same benefits or whatever else, would you, and it was in Georgia, would you move to Georgia? And take that cantankerous old man with you?
Please.
Would you consider it?
No.
Oh, I'm
No.
surprised.
You're not moving to Georgia?
Or you
No.
want them to move here?
Oh, I'd love for them to move here.
Not much military opportunities in Dearborn.
No, none.
Oh, okay. And so, well, Mary Ann's not the one. I was warned about the other one, not to mention any names. What kind of baby is Mary Ann having?
She's having
Kind
another
of baby. Hopefully human.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is a human baby. Another boy.
Another bouncing baby boy?
Yep.
And
So
what was the names, the early names she was deciding?
Louis.
Lucas.
Louis. Louis Armstrong?
Yeah.
Don't listen to
Gonna
my
play the
smart-ass
trumpet.
husband.
Wow, that's great. So there you go, a little look into Kim's life. And now what we're going to do is we're going to taste some of Kim's exotic
Yes.
treasures here. And Charles is also going to pour us a cold drink of something no one ever expected.
So Kim brought us a plethora from the Fudge Factory. So we've got 3 different types of her fudge, and apparently once we try this, we're going to know where we want to buy our fudge from.
Yes.
So we've got maple bacon fudge, Bubble Gum Fudge apparently, and Butter Pecan,
How
right?
do you
Correct,
make
yes.
bubblegum fudge? That's my question. What do you put in there?
It's flavoring.
Oh,
It's
okay.
bubblegum flavoring.
It's chemicals. That's what she's not trying to tell you.
Exactly.
That is dish soap. Is what she does. So I'll let you, Steve, grab up on some of those
all right,
there.
there you go.
While Steve grabs up on that, I also brought something for us to wash it down.
You going to eat some, Dave?
Yes,
So
he is.
I found this today at Kroger. So this is called Ripple. So this is,
And Kim's got to drink this. If we
yes,
gotta eat
everyone in
bubblegum
this room is going to wash this
no.
fudge down.
Yes,
So
that's how it works.
this is milk made from peas, apparently. And
Are you referring to urine?
so it's dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, 100% vegan, nutritious pea milk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of this to wash some of that delicious fudge down. And Steve's going for the bubblegum fudge. I need that fudge back over here. I need to try some of that fudge, too. So, first of all, this was expensive. It's not milk color. It's brown. It's not.
Why so much?
Oh, you got to wash the fudge down. Fetch that around there.
It looks like
eggnog.
Bailey's.
Yeah, or eggnog.
Hold on. Let's get a nice
Why
glass.
the glass is getting bigger?
Hold on.
No,
This is
whoa.
for Dad. Pass that over that way, Kim, to the old man. I'll take this.
Is this good if you're lactose intolerant?
So I would assume so because there's no lactose in it. Kim's trying to tell me a little bit. That means no.
He's gonna pull up a mop bug. He's gonna hand you the bottle.
So
It does
again,
look like eggnog.
All right, stop.
So my first comment is the bubblegum fudge is not bad. I was expecting to hate it.
does it taste like bubble gum?
A little bit, yeah.
All right.
But it's not that bad.
All right.
David, how do you like the bubblegum fudge?
I don't.
Oh, this pea milk is gross.
All right, here you go.
The
Yak
bubblegum fudge tastes like a candy more than it does
Yeah,
a
it
fudge.
does.
I
It's
wouldn't
kinda
know.
weird.
Yeah.
If you didn't tell me it's fudge, this milk is gross.
Oh man, it has a weird woody undertone.
Yes,
to it.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that is totally disgusting.
It's like it's made out of grasshoppers or something.
This is Ripple milk.
This is stuff that was filtered through cardboard boxes.
Dude, this is brutal.
Wow. I gotta say, the bacon fudge, that bacon really kicks in. The bacon overrides everything on that fudge.
Yeah, that's very bacony fudge.
It's like it's not even fudge, it's just like I ate a piece of bacon.
Are you continuing to drink this?
You gotta drink that whole glass. What are you talking about?
That milk is disgusting. It has the weirdest taste.
It certainly does.
This is worse
It's
than
also
the-
really chalky.
I think this is worse than the scotch from last time.
Yeah, dude. I don't know about that. So far, I prefer the bubblegum fudge over the maple bacon fudge.
I'm surprised. Wow, that milk's gross.
He's got a whole glass. I gave him a whole glass off of.
Drink it, Miss Kimberly.
What were your thoughts on the milk, Kim?
That was disgusting. Yeah.
How much did the thing of that cost?
This is like a $4, 48 ounce of Ripple
Nastiness.
Nutrius. It says Nutrius Pea Milk. This is disgusting.
That is very disgusting.
Whatever hippie came up with Ripple needs to get the hell out of the country.
Here, pass that over.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
This is gross. So, out of the fudges, though, I'm going to take the bubblegum fudge. I really am. I
I
didn't
was kind of
think.
surprised by it too, but I do like the butter pecan. Just the bacon one was too much bacon.
I'll give you another piece of this bubblegum fudge.
I have to say, yeah, thumbs up to bubblegum and butter pecan. You should probably, maybe you could tone the bacon down. Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Because literally that's all you take.
Not often do you hear tone the bacon.
I know. I
flavor
never
down.
thought those words come out of my mouth.
We'll
So-
put turkey bacon on it.
Oh,
Oh.
what did you think of the fudge, Dad? Did you try them?
That was my design. That
The bacon.
Yeah, shocker. No sides, just bacon.
Just bacon. Maybe a little caramel with the bacon. Don't they caramel with the bacon? I don't know how that works. I don't know. Shit.
Yeah, I can
Talk
do
to the
caramel.
Fudge Factory.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
let her know.
But I'm surprised by the bubblegum.
Big
one.
thumbs up for bubblegum fudge for me.
yeah,
I like
I
bubblegum
yeah.
fudge. I didn't think.
Thank
Like I
you.
said, I wouldn't know it's fudge. I think it's. Yeah, Magoo would have rocket squirts if he ate any of that. Get out of here,
I'm
man.
sorry, Magoo.
And a big thumbs down for pea milk. Just
Oh,
so you know.
yes.
Stay away from that. I don't know.
Although if you pour that over your cinnamon toast crunch, like I said, it might be wonderful.
No, it's got an aftertaste.
That is gross. It's really chalky.
You might
It
have to
is.
let
It's,
Dad,
yeah.
might have to let Dad try a sip of that scotch from last
Why
night.
don't
Yes.
you let Heather go shopping alone so you don't buy any of this
Well,
stuff?
I knew we were having fudge on it. We were having the Fudge Factory on, so we had to get something to wash it down.
Fudge and milk. It sounds like
There
it
you
goes
go.
together. So there you go.
Well, I do
Some
feel
taste test.
healthier after drinking that.
Thumbs up to bubblegum fudge and butter pecan fudge. Thumbs down to pea milk and the bacon one. But the bacon one could be tweaked.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah,
Kim's
yes.
working on it. Yeah. But if you see Kim, get some bubblegum fudge.
So now we're going to move on a little bit to a couple of reviews. Dad, do you have Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge fan of Netflix over there.
There is a show on Netflix called F is for Family. It's an animated movie show.
Show. It's got like a King of the Hill vibe to it.
Yeah, and the main guy looks like Charles, and he
Yeah.
works at the airport.
Yeah, he works
His
at
glasses.
Mohican Airlines. Yeah. He's voiced by a comedian named Bill Burr. And we've talked about it before on the podcast, and we're both pretty big fans
Yeah,
of it. Steve initially found it.
I just finished the second season. It's a good show, Dad. Now you can't watch it with kids around, but I don't think you guys got to worry about that.
Yeah, it's very adult.
Don't watch it if you're babysitting Logan and Lorna. But
So you're a
that,
season behind, for the record. So there's 3 seasons on Netflix.
Right.
I've watched all 3. You've watched the first 2.
Yes. Yeah.
To your point, the season 2, he's lost his job at the end of season 1.
Yeah, he tries to settle a strike and he gets fired for it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's Charles's real life.
Does it have a ring to it there?
The show takes place in the 70s also.
Yeah.
It's like mid-70s when the show takes
And
place.
it's about a guy who lives in a suburb, works in the airport.
He's miserable, always threatening to put his kids through a fucking wall.
It's a great show. And
You'd like it, Dad. The guy's very miserable.
Sounds like him.
Yeah. So season 2 is him working and slowly trying to work his way back to the airport.
Yeah.
And then season 3, they pivot quite a bit. He's working and established at the airport. He gets a neighbor friend that moves in, and some weirdness happens.
And
there.
his voiced by Vince Vaughn, his friend.
Is it the Okay, yeah. The Chet, the airline guy or the Air Force pilot, comes in. I don't want to spoil that, but it's a pretty good show. I thought that season 2 was the best times of it because it was so dark and so miserable. It was fantastic.
So it's a crazy show. You really should watch it if you get a chance, Dan. Now, these other 2...
He looks super into it.
I know. These other 2 I just saw this weekend, and they might be Chinese propaganda movies, I swear, because they were terrible. I saw The Meg. Have you seen previews for this one?
The what?
The Meg.
It's about a megalodon, huge shark.
It's a shark the size of the block.
Yeah.
And Jason Statham just takes it on with like a pocket knife.
It's got a few. It's got Dwight Schrute in it and stuff like that.
Okay, so you got Sharknado here, and you have Jaws here. Meg's somewhere in the middle. It's not quite super terrible. But it's
People
not
loved
quite
it.
Jaws level.
I've already heard
It
they're going to
made-
make a sequel.
Netflix has a lot of cheesy series of movies.
Yeah, this one actually came out.
This is a Blu-ray. Yeah.
These 2. It's some of the CGI is really great, and some of it. Oh man, look at that shark! And then other parts you're like, ooh, God, that looks terrible. So I don't know who made this film.
They blew the effects budget in certain areas.
And I don't even know what Jason Statham's job is in the movie.
Jason Statham. You always say
Statham.
Not statement.
Yeah. Well, his job is just to be a hero. Like they never say what he is.
He just shows up.
And rescues
When you need a
people.
hero, you call Jason Statham.
Yeah. And then they're all marine biologists, right? Apparently none of them have ever been on a boat because they all fall out of the boat constantly. I've never seen so many people fall out of boats.
No one's got sea legs.
Yeah, they all fall out and get eaten by sharks. I don't know what. Now this next
That just came out on Blu-ray, I want to
yeah,
say, too.
yeah. So if you get a chance, stay away from it. It's terrible.
Dwight Schrute, Rainn Wilson doesn't save
He's
it at
okay. He
all?
plays the billionaire that finances it all.
Okay.
But he's also trying to cover up all his mistakes. And
Is it a Jurassic Park vibe? Did someone make the Megalodon, or they just found the Megalodon?
No. They found a super deep trench in the ocean that has some kind
It's
of
been existing.
some
You
kind
know
of
what? You
layer.
need to admit it. You'll
What?
watch any day.
Well, this made a ton of money back in August, so I thought it might be decent. It's not. It really isn't. It's pretty bad.
You gotta watch. Most things on Netflix sucks.
Well,
This is a Blu-ray.
it came in. The theater.
He's hung up on Netflix.
The first,
Get with the program.
F is for Family was on Netflix, and you're right. Most stuff on Netflix sucks. We'll talk about that later. The Meg came out at the movies, and this next one came out at the movies, and they made a ton of money.
So I watched this as well. So I have thoughts too.
Rich Asians is the name of this movie. I'd like to rename it to Travel to Singapore promotional video.
It
Because
very much was.
That's all it was.
The other thing too is it was a ripoff of Coming to America. A lot of people don't want to admit that Eddie Murphy made this
but
movie.
without the comedy, because there was not one laugh in that whole movie.
The Aquafina girl was very funny. The friend that she went to school with.
They called the Asian Ellen.
Yeah, she was pretty funny. I thought she was good.
Now this might be a movie up Kim's alley.
This has got Kim
It's a
written all
romantic
over
comedy, but really without the comedy.
So, yeah, it's got.
She can't
Sounds
watch
about
a
right.
movie
Why?
because if you've got your phone in front of your face all the time, you can't see anything.
Oh,
Michelle, if
man.
you're listening, you watch movies the same way.
Oh
so.
man! The only thing that was weird, and I don't want to spoil Crazy Rich Asians, but I'm going to.
There's not much to spoil. If you've seen a romantic movie, you've seen
Yeah,
Crazy Rich
I
Asians.
mean, it was
just all
a
Asian.
lot of big named Asians in that, like Michelle Yeoh and everything was in
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so
Do either one of you watch Lifetime?
No.
The holiday Christmas movie.
There you go.
Are terrible. Cameras,
That is the only
Candace
thing
Bure
she
or whatever.
puts the phone down for.
Oh, wow.
Because not only at
And
Christmas,
Lori Loughlin.
obviously, I'll be putting it down for Aladdin too.
Christmas movies on Lifetime have cancer in them,
Oh.
and people who get burned to death, women who get beaten during their divorce. It is just a sparkling, wonderful holiday feeling you get by watching these movies. And she is glued to them.
Well, you sold me. I'm going to find Lifetime.
Watching death and destruction for the holiday. But no, so in Crazy Rich Asians, what was weird to me was, so the main character, who's obviously of rich descent and all this kind of stuff, his sister's character was super weird. So, like, she married another commoner.
Yeah.
He cheats on her, and then they don't explain why. They just go like, oh, he cheated on her, and then she's miserable. Peace, and then that was it.
It was a real weird movie. It was terrible.
I don't know. People are
I don't like
loving
romantic
it.
comics barely to begin with, and that was just worse.
I thought it was decent. I'm not as negative about it as you are.
Or
Like-
about him.
Well, he's negative about
Dad would
everything.
never
He's-
touch
yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
With 10-foot pole.
Well, like out of 10, you're going to give it what, like a 2, a 3?
Maybe a 4.
Okay, because I'm like closer to a 6 on it. I didn't think it was that bad, but it was Coming to America for me. I thought that if you really liked Crazy Rich Asians, you better have
I
watched.
didn't like Coming to America.
Coming
either.
to America is a fantastic movie, and you're
Well, it didn't
incorrect
matter.
on it.
Well, I mean, like I said, it was a romantic comedy without the comedy part, and then it was all about status. Like, you just had to be
Well,
rich.
that's an Asian thing,
And they were ripping
so
on her, and she's a professor at a. They're calling.
It's the class system that exists
she's an
in the
economic
Far East.
professor in New York. And they're
At
acting,
NYU.
and NYU, and they're acting like she's a waitress.
Yeah.
That made no sense.
But you got to. They established that because his family is like old money in Singapore. They did their best to kind of.
Yeah, apparently they own half a cigarette.
Yeah.
It felt like a promotional video for Singapore. I want to go take a vacation.
Travel Singapore,
At Singapore
yeah.
right now.
That
That's
wedding
all it
was insane where
And
they
I've never
flooded
seen.
the water.
Yeah, I've never seen so many Chinese people with perfect British English.
Yeah.
None of them
A
spoke
lot of
Chinese.
that. I didn't know all that.
It was
so.
weird. It was. I'm not a fan. Basically, every Chinese actor they can find, they stuck in there. The guy from The Hangover.
Yeah. Ken Jeong.
The girl from Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah,
guy
the
from
mom from Fresh
Superstore.
Off the Boat. Yeah.
If you were
Mateo.
Chinese, they stuck you in there. Like,
Yeah.
go.
But
you're in
except
this
the
movie.
lead. I don't recognize the lead from anything. Do you?
No, I don't know.
I didn't know
They
that
find the
either.
3 tallest Chinese guys to put as the leads in that movie. It was a turd sandwich. Kim, you'll like it.
Not enough cancer. according to-
So, and then the other one you want to talk about now, it's not really a review. You've been seeing previews.
Yeah, so-
have you seen commercials for this one, guys? The Mortal Engine. Yeah,
No.
any idea?
It's Mortal Engines is what it's called, and it's a weird movie. So Peter Jackson, the guy who did the Hobbit movies, the guy who did Lord of the Rings.
Your dad doesn't like any of those.
I know he's already
You don't
glazed
like
over.
Lord of the Rings? What about King Kong? He did King Kong too.
King Kong, yeah. So
Okay, King Kong.
apparently, we saw the books today at the store, so it must be based on a book of some kind.
Yeah.
No one can tell me exactly what it's about. Somehow there's like the cities in the future, this post-apocalyptic world. The cities are mobile and are fighting other cities now?
Yeah. Like London is a giant tank, like the size of just huge, and it just drives around eating little
Eating
cities.
other cities, and then like
It makes no
I didn't
sense.
understand.
I
I
don't
guess
know what-
that's I and it looks because it's Peter Jackson and Weta and all that kind of crazy effects and stuff like that. But like, what the hell's going on in this movie? That every city is built on a machine now and everything. I don't know. I'm intrigued because I will give Peter Jackson the benefit of the doubt. But as far as like what it's about, I have no clue. I don't know what it is. Killer City is going to eat your city. I don't get
So
it.
none of us are going to see it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
There's
Have
commercials.
you heard of it?
I've seen the ad on TV.
It's not on Lifetime. Kim has never heard of it.
Yeah.
They didn't have
so
Where's
they
Lo-
didn't kidnap their children and make them starve to death during the winter.
Merry Christmas. You get no food.
I know. Cut your leg off.
You can wear smaller clothes now because you're close to death.
So there you go. Little reviews. F is for family. Watch it. It's pretty good. Meg and Crazy. Meg is a turd sandwich. Stay away from it. Crazy Rich Asians. Kim might watch it. And Mortal Engines. No one can
Someone
figure it out.
please email us and
Yeah,
explain
please
it to
explain
us.
Mortal Engines. Now, our next section, what we do, this is called Rapid Fire. All right, Kim, so stay on your toes.
Oh, Lord.
We're gonna
Stay frosty, the two of you.
We're going to tell you the new movie that's coming out at the theaters, Blu-ray, or on streaming. And you look at it and say, yes, I want to see it. No, I don't want to see it. Or what the hell is that? And then basically that's all you got.
So that's what Dad's going to say this whole time.
He's going to say what every time. So
it's yes, no, maybe, or what.
yeah, so the new movie's coming out this week. It's coming out on Blu-ray. I've already seen it, so it's a yes for me. Is Venom. Venom is a Marvel character.
Tom Hardy.
He's like a crazy evil Spider-Man. And yes, no, or maybe?
No.
Dad?
No.
I'm a no, because I don't like comic book
All
movies.
right, I'm the only guy that saw that.
And
right.
we're apparently in the minority because everyone else in the world saw it too.
Yeah. Now the next one coming out on Blu-ray comes out this week. It's called The Predator. They redid The Predator.
It's got the guy from This Is Us.
Yeah, there's a bunch
Olivia
of guys
Munn,
in it. Olivia
too.
Munn in it. They redid The Predator. It's a new version of it. Yes for me, because I see all Predators. What do you think, Kim?
No.
Dad, would you watch The Predator?
Hell no.
I'm a yes. I like the Predator stuff. There's no Arnold in it. I'm a little bummed, but I like Predator.
No Arnold in this Predator. All right, so now at the movies. We're going to switch over to the movies. This is where Dad's going to take you this weekend. And you're going to see Transformers Bumblebee is out this
Oh,
week.
for crying
John
out loud.
Cena. John Cena is in this one. It's a yes for me.
Weird
Kim,
John Cena, too, with that weird brushy
Yeah,
hair he's got now. He looks old.
I will pass.
Dad?
I'm not 12. What would I want to see that movie for?
And I'm a maybe. I think I'm in love with the idea of the Transformer movies, but when I watch them, I just
Look,
get bored.
The Japanese toys are gone. Give it up. Forget it. You're in
They
your
look
40s,
visually, they look
it's
great.
over,
I'm not there
let
yet,
it
Dad.
roll.
Thanks for knowing my age, but
Now, the next one is an animated movie. It's coming out. Big reviews on it. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
people are loving this.
It's basically a bunch of Spider-Man from all different universes end up in one city, and like 7 Spider-Mans are running around. I'm a maybe.
I'm a maybe.
You're a maybe on
I'm
an
a
animated
maybe.
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean they couldn't afford to hire actors? We had to animate everything?
Well, the whole
Yeah.
story behind it, Sony's got to shell out of the Spider-Man movie every year to keep the license. I'm sure Steve knows that.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Okay, I don't want to see it.
and I'm a no.
Dad's 0 for 6 right
Yeah.
All right. And then this one I really don't want to see, but my wife does. Mary Poppins is back.
Return.
Oh, God.
Emily
no,
Blunt.
No.
Emily Blunt is Mary Poppins. I'm a no. Kim?
I will go with Michelle.
All right.
I'll take one for the
Michelle, if you're
team.
listening, you heard that. Dad?
God, no.
And I'm a maybe. I don't hate the original one like someone hates everything in this room.
I seen the original one, when I was 9 or 10
Yeah, it
years?
checks out.
Why do I want to see a new version of
It's
it?
got Lin-Manuel and Miranda in it.
And who in the hell is
From
that?
Hamilton. Oh, how dare you. Oh, my Lord.
Expialidocious.
I remember that from when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I didn't let anybody at school know I went to see that pile of crap.
You hit it? You were a Poppins fan incognito.
Oh, no, I got taken, period.
Oh. It's because you're British, Mom.
So, in a side note, Mary Poppins, the lady Julie Andrews, her granddaughter is like a super slut that sleeps with a lot of guys. Just so you know.
So why are we doing these movies? What about the mule?
Yeah, that was last week. That came out.
Oh, okay.
You want to see the mule, though?
Yeah.
Well, we got one for
Wonder-
Dave.
I want to see Vice.
Oh, you want to see Vice, the Christian Bale movie? Yeah. Dick
Yeah, but
Cheney.
that's not till next week, I think.
Yeah.
Vice looks interesting.
Yeah, well, stick
Dick Cheney shooting a guy.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know,
Cheney was a real leader. I loved him.
I hate you right now. Incoherent old man.
Now we're going back to streaming, which is pretty much Netflix.
Okay, Dave, this is Netflix again.
New stuff coming to Netflix this week. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, A Midwinter's Tale. This is that remake of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. They're making like a little movie about it. No.
No.
I don't even know what the
Dad's
hell
a
you're
yes.
talking about. No.
And I'm a big no. I don't like the new Sabrina. Heather likes it, but I'm not a fan.
Now, this one I wasn't aware of is coming this week. Inside the World's Toughest Prisons, Season 3.
It's a really popular show. I know that.
I'll check that one out, yes.
No.
Sounds like an educational thing.
Yeah, you might
Maybe you should watch it with your sister.
Wow.
David.
Yes.
The old man's going to watch the world's toughest prison. I'm a no. I
I
just,
find that interesting.
It depends if it's. I've never seen the original.
And
so
of course, Steve's going to watch this one, Voltron Season 8.
Oh, great.
more Chinese robots for Dad.
I'll pass.
I'll pass on that pile of.
I'm a no. I don't watch the Voltrons.
And this one's for Dad, too. Bruce Springsteen on Broadway. No for me, Kim.
Yes.
Oh,
She likes the boss.
fan of the boss.
I never could stand Bruce Springsteen.
No, you were never born to run.
They had like one or two that weren't too bad, but the rest of it was just pure shit.
Okay,
anything
Grand Funk Railroad.
Anything that comes from the East Coast is shit.
What do you like besides like Deep Purple?
And Grand
Oh,
Funk.
there you go. Smoke on the water.
I'm a no for Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, man.
I like The Sopranos.
Now, each week we try to do new releases on music, but it gets harder and harder because a lot of it gets released, single songs, stuff like that. But this week in new music releases, Bruce Springsteen, the soundtrack of Bruce Springsteen on Broadway. I'm a no.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Someone's
Man,
a
I could
huge
have got that
boss
for
fan.
Christmas, man.
You know
No.
she likes the Springsteen.
No.
I'm a no again.
Now, the other soundtrack coming out this week. Now, this is the funny thing about we didn't mention. The Crazy Rich Asians soundtrack's coming out. They took all popular American
And made it
songs.
Asianized,
Yeah, it
yeah.
sang them in Chinese. No, it's terrible.
No.
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 I don't know what this even is. Zion, Icarus Falls. I think he's a new group of some sort. I know.
No.
Zion, is that like religious?
Z-A-Y-N. I think that's Zion.
I don't know.
Zayn
Not
Zion.
interested, thank you.
All right, I'm a no for that.
And this one looks like Charles added.
Yes.
Christina Perri, Songs for Carmela?
Yeah, so Christina Perri, a big fan. We went and saw her live a while ago.
Who?
She did a lullaby thing. I don't like the lullaby stuff, but I like Christina Perri, so that's why I wanted to put her
Who?
on there. Christina Perri.
Any relation to Katy Perry?
No. But still very talented. I would be a no, but I just want to make sure that everyone recognizes Christina Perri had a new CD.
So there you go. Christina Perri. Nobody likes him but Charles. So there you go. Some rapid fires this week. Crazy Rich Asians. That is funny. They do one with Material Girl, and you can't understand a word
Yeah.
they say. It's
There's a handful of them.
I'm like, what is this? It's
Throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. So last week we did, or a couple weeks ago, we did our bowl picks, and I just wanted to give a quick update to everybody.
Yeah.
After the first,
The
there was
15th was a big day for college football.
yes, there was what there were 6 college football games over the weekend for the bowls that started, and as of right now, Wiggs is in the lead with 5 correct.
Yeah, he
Picks.
smoked the rest of us, didn't he? Would you get 4?
I got 3. I really did terrible. Oh wait, no. So did Charles. He
Yeah, I
had
did 3.
and Bill had 4. So
Okay.
it's 5, 4, 3, and 3.
Wiggs is the big leader after the
Because
what-
of North Carolina A&T. Took them. No one else took them.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep trying to update everybody. Pretty much me and Charles suck. And so now also, and by the way, you are now committed to go to Mary Poppins. Michelle's listening and heard you volunteer. So you are
It's going to have to
going.
wait until we get back from Georgia, though.
Oh, yeah, no problem. She'll be excited someone will watch it with her. She was mad at me today because I watched Crazy Rich Asians without her. And my wife, I could probably cheat on her and she'll be fine. But if I watch a movie without her, oh man, it's not a good result that happens there.
What will you do? Watch the Lions?
No one wants to watch that misery. So Charles was going to tell us a little bit something about this. You guys may want one of these to take down to Georgia with the GoPro cameras.
Yeah, so the way that we broadcast the podcast every week is we use a Mevo, which does the Facebook Live stuff. And then I also do some editing stuff that I do after the fact because obviously I'm on a weird angle from you 3. So I actually purchased a GoPro Hero 5 that I use. And then the 360 stuff that we do on YouTube, I use what's called a GoPro Fusion. And that allows you, as the viewer, you can adjust the viewpoint of what you're looking at any point. So it's like complete control. It's like a VR type of experience. The thing I want to talk about is a lot of times you see these GoPros are expensive as hell. And that the problem is a lot of times when I see like expensive things, I immediately get angry and turned off. These are actually kind of worth the money. They work really well. And I guess that's the big thing I want to talk to you about. So for $250 you can get the Hero 5, and for $500 you can get the Fusion. But it's one of those things that sounds crazy how expensive they are, but they do make a very quality product. They're all 4K. They all, they'll record for an extended amount of time. They create very basic file formats that you can use in all your editors and all that stuff. Plus, they all have these apps that you can use too. So, like, if you had an iPhone or an iOS device, you can link right up and see what that GoPro is actually recording and control the GoPro through the app and everything like that. So I just wanted to give a big shout out. I have 2 of these GoPros now, and I'm a huge fan of them.
So you can tell Justin to get one. Strap it to his head when the kid's born.
There you go.
Yeah, I have amazing mounts for them too. Like I have head straps and chest straps and everything.
Yeah, Charles just got a man bra that you can connect.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And Dad saw me at the archery thing. I put the GoPro Fusion on my head and stuff like that. It's fun, and like I said,
you look retarded, but it's funny.
Big shout out, a big fan of the GoPro products. I never had one until recently, and having 2 of them now, I'm a big fan of them.
How much?
Only part he heard. Only part he heard was how much it cost you.
I actually bought the GoPro Hero 5 as a refurb on Black Friday. I paid $120 for it. It's normally $250 brand new, and then the Fusion is $500.
I could buy a silencer for that kind of money.
Okay, well, if you see the world in silencers, here we are.
Well, Dad's doing assassinations on the weekend.
Yeah, so my hitman father needs 4 silencers. I, on the other hand, do this stupid podcast with my brother, and we want to do some video stuff.
Next year for Christmas, I'm getting piano wire and a
Yeah,
silencer.
and some black leather gloves. Like,
some throwing stars.
Wow.
So there you go. You can get a GoPro or a silencer.
yeah,
for
I mean, what the
$500.
hell?
Now, Kim, this part of the podcast is where Michelle usually zones out and does her scratchers. But we'll ask you some of your thoughts on football as well.
Oh, boy.
Dad, did you happen to catch the Thursday night game with the Chargers and the Chiefs?
Yeah, I seen some of it.
Did you see the Chargers win the last
Yeah,
game?
that was pretty last second.
Yeah, I kind of woke
Ballsy.
up for that, yeah.
He woke up.
Oh!
Have a little
It
more of
tastes
that
like
pea
wood.
milk.
Yeah.
What's the
This
deal?
is so bad.
Chargers went for
Yeah,
2.
he
won
keeps
that
drinking
game.
it.
Got to get through it somehow.
So tonight,
So then they scored a last second touchdown
Yeah.
and then went for 2. And apparently before that drive, Phillip Rivers said to his coach, like, get a 2-point play ready. We're going for it. It's pretty ballsy stuff. I know me and Steve are in the same boat. I hate Phillip Rivers, but that's some ballsy stuff right
that
there.
was ballsy.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs are choking down the road just like they always do.
Oh, man.
They'll be bounced out of the first round of the playoffs.
Wow.
Kind of like Charles is drinking that milk.
Oh, yeah. He loves it. So tonight at 8 o'clock, it's the Eagles and the Rams. And I think Carson Wentz is not playing.
Correct.
Dad, do you think the Rams are going to smoke the Eagles, or do you think the Eagles can win?
No, they're not going to smoke them, but they're going to win.
Oh.
I think they're going to smoke them. I think that Philadelphia, we talked about, they've had
It's in L.A.
They've had huge up and downs
Hey,
all year. Philadelphia is
Any
a
team
shell of
that has,
itself.
what's his name? Ndamukong Suh is a winner.
Oh, Indomitians?
I'm not sure what he said there.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what
think, he
that
said,
was.
they
I think he
have-
said Godzilla suit.
Yeah, something about
Goddamn
Godzilla.
Sue, so long as they have him, he'll win.
Oh, you like that guy?
No, I really don't care for him.
It makes perfect sense. Wow. All
So
right.
there's that. And then also on Monday night, we got the Panthers and the Saints. Any chance the Panthers
Could
are going to win?
be. Where's the game at?
It's in Carolina.
I'm not gonna take Carolina, but I'm gonna take a squeaker game where New Orleans wins, but barely.
Get out of your mind.
Okay.
Whoa.
All
right.
New Orleans
Honey, how
outside
do
of the
you really
dome, I'm
feel?
still not a
New
fan of.
Orleans will just tear them apart.
Okay.
Carolina's lost like 3 or 4 in a row.
Remember, they lost
they
to the
fired
damn
half their-
Lions.
Yeah, they fired half their. Yeah, let's get a recap today. Did you watch the Lions today, Dad?
No.
They lost 14-13.
13, yeah. I ended up watching the Minnesota-Miami game was
That's
the
what I
alternate we
watched.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Minnesota ran away with that. Yeah,
They
it was.
did.
They were sacking the crap out of Tannehill.
Yeah, they
It was
were.
8 or 9 times he got nailed
Yeah.
down.
So, yeah, Minnesota won big on that one. They actually went back to running the ball.
The Lions, please. I was watching football. I didn't want to watch the Lions.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. They got 14-3. I didn't watch the game, but I did see the very end. They had a chance to stop the Bills on 4th down.
Can you imagine how miserable that game was?
Oh.
14-13.
I saw some of the stadium. They looked
How
like it was
about the
half
other?
full.
Was it last week? Was Arizona and the Lions? My God, what a horrible game that was.
Bad. And then, so next week, the Lions have Minnesota at home.
Yep.
Minnesota's
Yeah.
going to destroy them.
Yeah. So, and then I just saw your Falcons had a big win. Your Falcons
Yeah, it
dropped
was
40 on someone.
40.
Arizona.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's
Arizona.
40.
They beat Arizona.
Yeah,
Like
some
40-7.
Chicago beat Green Bay, which gives them the NFC North for the first time in almost 8 years or something.
Yeah.
I was seeing
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy. So, and then it looks like 14-10 Pittsburgh. Still, I need my Steelers to pull something out. But usually New England has Pittsburgh's
Yeah, look where New
number.
England's at.
Oh, well, not good. Yeah,
So that game's going back and forth. So that's pretty much for the football. Now, there is a bowl game on Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
Remember, there's a random bowl game then.
The 18th or something
yeah,
like that.
something like
Yeah.
that. And then again on like Friday and Saturday. The
So
bowl
check
games.
ESPN randomly or watch our recaps to get those dates on all that. It's fantastic stuff.
Now, when it comes to Netflix, I realize the Hollies of the world run Netflix. You guys realize that, right?
Oh, yes.
I found a list online that told you the top 10 bingeable shows on Netflix.
Is this like the most streamed, or is this saying
They're saying this is the most where people have sat down,
Banged
in 2
out a
days and
season.
just banged them out
Okay.
over and over again. Now, you'll
now
realize...
is this hold on? Is this Netflix original content, or is this what they have on their
yes,
service?
These are all Netflix originals. So let me list off some of these, and you can tell me because Holly heard of all of these, and I was like, I've never heard of any of these. So this will show you how out of touch we all are. As I read,
Is it Nailed It?
no, nailed it. Not on there.
That's one of the best Netflix shows.
2018, the most bingeable shows on Netflix. The first one, On My Block, and I wrote it was awful because I don't know what it is, and Holly came running over and said, "That's a really great show. I've watched it 3 or 4
What
times."
is it? I don't
have
even know.
no
what
idea.
it
I've never
is.
heard of it.
I never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Dad, you ever heard of that one?
No.
Now, this is when I heard of the Making a Murderer Part 2.
Yeah, so that I know that show's very popular.
Yeah, it's about that guy in Wisconsin that did some murder.
The
but
first season
he
hit
may
really
not have.
big, and then because I guess people get caught up into like wanting to know the whole story, so I could see that.
Yeah, so a lot of people have watched that one. The other one is 13 Reasons Why. That's about the teenage kid that kills himself. How it made to season 2, I don't know because he killed
They
himself.
dug him up again. What do you think?
Yeah, I know. It's a teenage. It's like a CW type show. And 13 Reasons Why. Now this one Charles likes. Last Chance U.
Yeah, I love that show.
This is about football, like high school football, or is it a small college or high school?
Yeah, it's JUCO, so it's a big
Yeah.
2-year universities. That show's fantastic.
So
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
It's great. And
You
if
don't know how
you
to
get
touch
caught
it?
into it, you'll start because you want to know. I can see why it's bingeable because you want to know what happens to those kids. So I can see that.
Next one, this is a new series called The Bodyguard. I think it's about an English bodyguard. I'm not sure about that.
Is it like Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner?
No. Fastest Car. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's a British racing show. No, you don't know what
I
that
don't
is?
think I've ever even heard of it.
Now, this one I've watched is a turd sandwich, but people love it. The Haunting of the Hill House.
Yeah, so this is the one
I've
you
heard of
were
it, but I've
down
never
on.
seen it.
I've watched that
Yeah.
show. It's terrible.
But people who got into it really got sucked in, but Steve was not a fan.
No, it was terrible. Anna with an E.
So this is Heather's show. This is Anna Green Gables. This is that show she talked about when she was on the podcast. The old man fell asleep. I'm not a fan of it, but I know Heather, as soon as it comes out, consumes it like crazy.
Insatiable. I've never heard of that
I don't
one
know
either.
what that one is.
No.
We've watched a lot of Netflix, and I haven't heard of half
I don't
of this
know what.
list.
Yeah, a lot of it sounds like you said like a CW spinoff
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And the final, Orange is the New Black. That one,
That
I've
show
heard of
fell
it.
off.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
it's about women's
Watch the
prison.
first couple seasons and bail.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
It's
So
a
there
great
you
way
go.
of storytelling.
The top 10 shows on Netflix that were most bingeable, and I don't know any of them. So that shows you how out of touch. That shows you that.
Grey's
that-
Anatomy's not on there?
No, it's got to be.
It sounds like it looks like it's original
Their
content.
shows.
Yeah.
That just shows you how many 14-year-old girls are watching Netflix.
Yeah.
And not fat old middle-aged guys. Because none of us. Well, even if you guys watch the show on Netflix, you two, at all?
Not too
Together
often.
at all?
No.
I watch it by myself, but I don't watch
What's your favorite shows on Netflix? What do you
mean,
watch?
like a series? Like
Anything. What do you watch on Netflix?
I just watched The Raid.
That's a crazy movie. That's a Korean movie, isn't it?
No, it's about when they got the prisoners out of the Philippines in the Second
Oh,
World
a
War.
different one. I was thinking of a different one.
Yeah, and
He's got like an old man tab on his Netflix.
your what is it, Unlawful King or whatever that
Oh,
was.
the
I
Outlaw
watched
King,
that.
yeah.
I've watched Hell on Wheels on that thing over a couple
Yeah,
times.
have you?
Free State of Jones, I like that movie.
I don't know.
I just have to cruise through and see.
Did you
what's
watch that
there.
World War or the Medal of Honor stuff at all?
Yeah,
Did you
you
No,
watch
I
that?
haven't watched that yet. I've looked at it.
Yeah,
a
I know
couple
Wiggs
times.
and
Haven't
Steve are
done
pretty
it.
stoked on it. I think
Yeah,
it's really
that's
good.
a
Venom.
pretty good one. There's Venom that nobody wants to watch.
Oh, what was that other one? Godless. I watched.
I don't know that one either.
Yeah, that's a Netflix original thing. It has Jeff Daniels in it.
No, I don't know that one.
That's
It's pretty
a
good,
western.
actually.
Isn't
I
it?
think there's only like 3 episodes.
I think it's a western, isn't
It's
it?
like a mini series.
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah.
So, Kim, I gotta ask you a question here.
Okay.
Could you ditch your phone for 1 year for $100,000? I know Dad could do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
You
so
know-
what they're saying in this, what Steve's quoting is, so Vitamin Water wants you to take to Twitter to Instagram and put a hashtag. What's the hashtag? Is
no phone for a year.
no phone for a year. So,
content.
and you're going to
Okay, first of all, I've never twitted.
twitted. Couldn't tell by the twitted comment.
And I've never Instagrammed.
Okay.
I don't know how to do those.
So
I
what,
know
what
how-
Vitamin Water's saying is if you can go a year without a smartphone, they'll give you like a regular like push button
Flip
phone. Yeah, flip phone, but they won't let you have a smartphone for a year. You go on to you twitted, and you put on there what you'd rather or what you would do with your extra time. So in other words, you show a picture of you and your family playing a board game and all this kind of stuff.
She'd sleep.
Yes, I would do it.
Have
I
him
could
take
do
a
it.
picture of you.
You could not.
Yes.
You can't
David?
make 15 minutes.
David, butt out.
Oh.
He's asking me. He's not asking you.
I know the truth.
So but the point is, Vitamin Water is going to pick a handful of people off those twits or whatever you.
Tweets.
Yeah, I'm just like-
Even the old man knows that.
I'm
Tweet,
joking.
tweet,
I'm
tweet.
joking. But they're going to pick a handful of people, and you're going to get this ability to get to try to go a whole year and get $100,000 for not using the smartphone.
Yes.
Kim thinks she's in.
I can do it.
The old man can't see a smartphone screen. Steve, can you do it?
Yeah, easily.
I think I could too.
If they're gonna give me a phone to still
I
make
have no
calls,
problem.
and
Yeah,
text,
you'll still get communication,
Yeah.
but you'd have to
so
physically
I just
call.
lose all like my stupid
your
shit.
apps. Yeah,
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me
yeah.
tell you, I grew up in a generation where there was no cell phone.
Shocker. And there was
So
no
it's
running
not
water.
a
And there was no
problem.
electricity.
That money is in the bank.
He had to pee in the outhouse out back.
Yeah. So all you got to do, Dad, is take to Instagram or Twitter and then just, get on board with that.
Twit 'em.
Twit them.
Tweet.
So there you go. Dad can do it. He's convinced Kim cannot.
I have considered to open me a Facebook account here in 2019, but
What are you doing on Facebook?
I say I have considered
Looking
doing
for
it. I
the
didn't
3
say
other
I
Markeys
did
that are
yet.
left
Yeah.
in the world.
That and he wants to watch our podcast is what he wants to tell you.
Well, I can watch that on YouTube.
Yeah,
you
we're on
can.
YouTube. But you want to watch it live.
Got our first comment called. The
I
video.
want to. Well, maybe I should do Instagram where I put all these intelligent ideas of mine.
No,
out
you're thinking of Twitter, right? Twitter's where you just text. Instagram's like pictures.
I gotta do pictures.
Yeah, Instagram's picture based.
Yeah.
Twitter is just text.
IG is picture based.
IG, he calls it. He's got all the hip lingo.
Wow.
You want to get on there and mess with Holly. That's all
Yeah.
you want to do.
I learned all that stuff at TSA.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh man, hashtag TSA. So now during the holiday season, you'll notice sometimes when you're watching stuff, the commercials kind of change a little bit. And
Yeah.
what is your thoughts on that, Charles?
Yeah, so this isn't necessarily, it's just funny to me. So every holiday season, somehow, like, there's perfume commercials. Like, how do you have a TV commercial? You break out, like, Scarlett Johansson and, like,
Oh, the one with Jennifer Lawrence. is
Jennifer
the worst.
Lawrence is
She's
another
splashing
one.
around in a pool. And then
Yeah,
she
it's
goes,
so weird. Like, only at Christmas time do you see a commercial for a perfume. It's the weirdest thing. And then the other thing that's always funny is, like, the Mercedes... Like, have you ever... Like, I joke with Heather about this constantly. Who would go and just buy someone a car for Christmas?
I'm waiting.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
Keep
crazy-
waiting.
They
Keep
show
waiting.
these people like, oh, it's Black Friday. I bought like 2 cars. Like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Like, say if Dad went out and bought Kim a car, he has no idea if she wants an Explorer or an Edge or something.
Not to mention, don't you think they have to discuss the payment?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
what the heck?
He shows up with a used Honda Fit from 20 years ago. Kim's gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, with a big bow
Right.
on it.
Yeah, I know.
It's so weird.
How do you know what car they
the
want?
options,
Yeah,
the deals,
yeah.
and all?
It's
No,
like-
apparently on these commercials, man,
I know, the
you get that
giant
new
bow on 'em.
Mercedes Benz, and you just put it in there there with the Audi.
It's not even Mercedes. What's the Chevy one? Where the guy goes out and he buys a brand new Silverado.
And she takes the truck.
Yeah.
And she
I'm
takes the
not buying
Silverado.
anybody a car.
It's so
Eat
weird.
the damn fruitcake and be happy.
You know what we're talking about, though, on those weird commercials, though, right?
Yeah, like Christmas
My
time of
husband's a
year.
butthead.
Yeah, only at Christmas time. Because again, perfume is so. You got to take your ass to a department store and start sniffing stuff.
Yeah.
Like unless you know that
Because
Kim
your
will
body chemicals,
the
different things.
chemistry. Oh man.
Well, different
The professional.
perfumes
Yeah.
smell different.
What now? You wear perfume that's like a 12-year-old girl's perfume.
It's called Scent of Tom Selleck.
Yeah, what do you wear? Because Dad has told me this before. What is your perfume of choice? Your eau de toilette. What is your...
Paris Hilton. I hate the person.
Now, does that work good with your body chemistry?
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah.
I just bought her new perfume.
Oh, did you for Christmas? A new... What is her line?
He
got her
bought me
skunked.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer An... How dare you?
I did it.
Did you buy it based on who advertised, or did you go in and start sniffing a bunch?
I bought it based on how it stunk.
But
Perfume's expensive.
he
Perfume
bought me
is
the
not
one
cheap,
kind and admitted when I opened it, he says, now, after I bought that, I realized there was a whole bunch of different scents
Dad had no
with
idea what he
her.
bought.
So he doesn't know if he got the right one that he liked, and it turned out he didn't.
Yeah, because they had different versions. It was
So you had, like-
Jennifer Aniston, and it was like on the beach, in McDonald's,
One smells like a double
riding
cheeseburger.
over, and it was all these different ones.
Right.
And you bought the wrong one.
Yes, and
No,
he
I
bought
bought
the...
the one I liked.
So you're not even sure the one you gave to her was the right addition of her perfume, is what
Right.
It
you said.
is.
No,
was
it
on
is
the-
not.
You don't sound too confident.
No, it is not. You said, yeah, it smells different. Maybe
They
that's
had
not
all
the right
different
one.
With her body chemistry, it smells different. We know this now.
So there you go.
So I like Paris Hilton. Perfume, not the person.
How much is a bottle of Paris Hilton perfume?
It's
cost?
Well-
perfume is not cheap. Again.
Okay, this is a perfect example of where you need to purchase.
Okay,
Because when I first smelled the Paris Hilton perfume, we were walking through Macy's,
Yeah.
and they sprayed it on this little
the
card,
counter,
and I loved it. So
Wow.
I bought. It was a little
gift set.
gift set. Yes, it had a regular size bottle and a little one and like a body wash. $100.
Jeez, man.
However,
Perfume.
I found out the very next time they sell the same thing at Walmart, the exact same thing at Walmart and Target for $26.99.
Well, that's where you get like
Suckerborn
those
everybody.
knockoff perfume stands and stuff like that, because you're just paying for flavored water, right, or oil or whatever's in that. I don't understand.
Let's talk about some of those stands that show up in malls too.
Yeah.
Like the calendar stand that shows up in the middle of the mall.
Yeah.
The
Only
holiday
sausage
season.
stand.
Yeah, that
I
butter sauce.
considered renting one of those
for the fudge.
for the fudge,
Oh, wow.
but
How much they charge you for that?
it was $1,200 a month,
Oh,
and that was
Probably
at
cut-
Southland.
You probably cut it close. I don't know.
I don't want to.
you gotta sell a lot of fudge.
Oh,
It's a lot
yeah.
of fudge. Oh,
Oh yeah.
I know the sausage stands always pop up this time of
Yeah,
year.
those weird like Eckridge Farm, whatever the heck they are.
And then the
Hunter Farm.
calendar stand that nobody goes to like after January 1st, so they can get them on half off.
Yeah.
that's the move
Do
on
you
the-
give anyone a calendar for Christmas?
I do.
Who?
I don't give any.
Like in 2018, who needs a physical calendar still?
I have one on my wall.
Do you?
I love our wall calendar. I
I
love
get
it.
them in the mail for free.
From the
AARP
union?
sends it to
Yeah, AARP, exactly.
Renew your medication.
Free calendar. What the hell?
But you keep a physical calendar still?
Yeah, I've got one downstairs, one upstairs.
Wow.
Michelle every year goes out and she'll buy one for me and one for her work, and I'll leave one up right above my computer. Because you know what she does? She'll tell my wife, like, hey, we're going somewhere 7 months from now. Remember it.
What are you doing in March? You're
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
So I write it on the calendar so we all can
okay.
see it and I don't forget.
I have one at work, I guess, so the same thing. But I don't know. I
And you
don't.
got that for free.
Yeah, I get it from
Is it
work,
kittens?
yeah. No, it's just like an at-a-glance calendar. I scribble on, like, oh, this is happening this day, like you said, just so I can really quickly. But in my personal life, I don't need, like, a Walking Dead calendar or nothing like that.
I got a
don't
Justice League calendar. So I don't know what I'm going to get this year. At work, I had a Kittens calendar. So
Did you really?
Someone gave us some free ones.
Hanging
on. Yeah. So that's going to wrap us up for this week.
Well, I have one thing to say.
Oh, please say.
Oh, geez.
Since I've got the three of you here.
The three of us.
Yes.
Oh, you're pregnant?
Congratulations.
Oh, God, no. What are we going to do about Christopher Hill's graduation party?
Wait, what?
On a podcast? Why are you telling me this right now?
I just plan to give him money and go to your house when you have it.
Yeah, that checks out for me. So, Chris will be back in May or June or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to go overboard. Throw up a couple tables in the backyard and, a couple $5 pizzas.
I can't. There's dog poop back there.
I
Magoo's not letting him back there.
think it'll look good over here with the new concrete and the new siding and all that.
But the good thing is Charles still won't have the house painted.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta put my living room together. It's not gonna happen.
I don't know. He's really looking forward to going to Grandpa's house, so you better
All
get
right.
ready.
All right. We'll figure it out.
No.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for the happy Dave Markey, as always.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank our special guest, Kim Markey.
Thank you for having me.
And her grumpy sidekick.
Very grumpy.
I just talked the truth.
Sleepy dwarf over there. Grumpy dwarf. Then, of course, the co-host, Charles, and then me. Next week, we're going to have Wiggs back on. He's bringing a holiday taste treat surprise.
Is it going to be Pea Milk? Is he bringing
It
Pea
can't
Milk?
be any worse than that milk.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to bring, but...
What day are we going to record? That Sunday?
23rd, yeah. Because we're only going to stay at Grandpa's a little while.
Okay.
We'll be home way before then.
Because everyone on Facebook's going to want to know our schedule.
Yes. Well, catch us at Papaw's. Come on by.
Yeah, we should do one from Southwest.
Oh, yeah. That went so well the first time. I was one. So catch us on Apple iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Google Home, Alexa.
Yeah.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
And until next time, have a good one.
Bye-bye.